Welcome back everyone to another episode of Crewsgarden. We're going to go over mold and funguses today that can attack your plants such as tomato and squash. This occurs from heat and humidity, and also some insects can cause different funguses and molds from their droppings. With the heat and humidity being the case in this situation, we had a lot of rain this summer, and now that it's kind of stopped, thank goodness. It's great because you don't have to water your plants as much and just let it naturally get watered. But I haven't been able to get into the garden and trim back the big squash leaves. And I like to trim them back because when they start getting more flowers, it allows the pollinators to see them and they have better access and they're not working so hard to get to them. So there's a few ways that you can handle this situation. One is get some scissors or shears, whatever you like to use, even if it's a garden knife, and start trimming them off. All right? Don't touch the unaffected leaves that aren't showing signs of the mold or fungus yet. Another way that you can go after this situation is you can swing by your local dollar store, pick up a bottle of 3% hydrogen peroxide. I go to a Dollarama. I don't know if you have that in the States or not, but in Canada we have Dollaramas everywhere, or a buck or two is another store that you can use. And you can also pick up this guy. And I think $5 at the Dollarama. It's great. So I'll post the ratio in the comment section for the description section, so that way you don't have to keep rewinding and going back. But it's normally about 8 ounces for a gallon. So this is 2 liters, so I just cut it back a bit and did about 5.5 ounces of the peroxide to the water ratio. So when you're gonna spray, I've already pumped this up and done the mixture, but you can take your leaf, well, some of them are pretty bad, and you can spray them all, and you can get the stems, the whole plant. You can even spray it on your squashes. Try not to get the flowers for the bugs and pollinators. You just spray them all. Give it a good soak. I don't like to usually do this in the sun because, you know, water on leaves can burn them, but in this case it's later in the afternoon. It should be going down shortly. I know it doesn't quite look like it, but it will. And don't forget to get the back of the leaves. You want to get the back of the leaves because the mold spores will be under there too. And I give them a good soak. If you see any squashes, give them a quick little douse of the mixture. And after I'm done spraying, I'm going to go through and I'm going to cut some of the leaves off, especially the really bad ones. All right. Well, try not to get the flowers, but thinning them out is quite simple. I got a lot on this, and I kind of just take away from the middle, especially with the zucchinis, because the zucchinis, they don't grow on a vine. They grow right on the core of the plant. Get the little leaves at the bottom, not all the time because they are the new generation of leaves. Just thin it out a bit. When you cut these off, you don't want to throw them in your compost, okay? You don't want to throw them in your compost. You don't want to just leave them laying around like I just kind of tossed those over to the side. I'm going to put them in one of those brown leaf bags and actually dispose of it, or just let them dry out in that bag and then just burn them. Sorry, Charlie's back again barking. She saw the camera. Hi. She doesn't know what to do. Okay, come here. She wants to say hi again. All right, everybody, Charlie's saying hi. Hello. She loves the camera. So, squash plants, thin them out. You can get some peroxide, save some money. Peroxide was like $1.50 at the Dollarama. So peroxide, 3%, anything higher than that, you're gonna burn the heck out of your leaves. Figure out the ratio of the water to peroxide. I go by the gallon. So 8 ounces per gallon. You can use a shot glass if you don't have anything to measure with, if you're not into cooking or baking. Not everybody, is good in the kitchen, or likes to be in the kitchen, I should say. You can get all that at the dollar store. You can get a sprayer, you can get your peroxide, even if you need to get water, I don't know, get a bottle of water. If you don't have a hose and you don't want to be running back inside, get a cheap case of water or something. thin them out, dispose of them accordingly. Don't leave them laying around because the spores, like, they'll spread. You don't want them spread into your tomato plants. Keep them away from other plants. I believe they will affect the eggplants as well. When you're spraying, don't forget to get the actual stems, back of the leaves. Try to avoid the flowers. It doesn't really affect the flowers too much, but if you don't get it in check, it will decimate your entire squash garden and your tomatoes if you have it on tomatoes or anything else that's affecting it. There are various, I'll take the camera over here and I'll give you a show here. There's another issue with a different type of plant, which is that it's going yellow. Let's bring the tripod around again. All right, hold on, excuse my poor camera skills here. So here's one. It's going yellow, all right? This has been getting way too much shade and it needs to be thinned out. Squashes have been doing really good. The weeds are getting a little out of control. I'm trying to get my garden's expansion this year has, well, it's quadrupled, and it's just taking time. You know, you don't want to rush it. Don't want to rush gardens at all. Sorry, camera kind of had the battery. Oh, you're at 20%. So once this channel gets going, I'll get some better equipment, guys and gals. The cool thing that I've experienced is I planted some bell peppers. So this is the unusual thing. And I have a friend that is a strong believer that there's no such thing as a green pepper. Whoop. And that they're just, whoop, sorry, I keep kicking the tripod. They have informed me, and I agree with them in a sense, that a green pepper, ooh, hang on, there we go, I'm back. A green pepper, like a bell pepper, is just an unripe pepper because I've seen the green go to orange, yellow, red, like has different stages, kind of like a stoplight. But if you check this out, down here, bring it over, I'm getting, you see that? I'm getting blackish purple bell peppers, and they're not rot. They're just a different color. Like they're going from green, that one a little bit on top. If you can see it, the leaves are kind of in the way. It's going green to almost like a black purple. I think that's very interesting, very cool. So we'll get more into peppers. Hey everybody, back again. Sorry, the phone died, it happens. As I mentioned about peppers, I'll get more into peppers, probably not my next video, but the one after. It's the first season that every single type of pepper that I've planted has germinated and I'm actually getting a harvest. So it's very exciting for me because I don't like to go out and buy starter plants. That's how I used to garden. Now I germinate all my own seeds. So for having my first season with all my pepper plants actually producing, it's amazing for me. So if you have questions about seeds, let me know. If you have questions about peppers, if you have any more questions about the squash and fungi and molds, let me know in the comment section or send an email. Don't panic when it comes to fungi and molds on your plants. It happens. Very few people go through a season without having it happen. You could try to mitigate it by trimming leaves back, but eventually you might be getting it near the mid or late season. So good luck with your squash, and till next time, stay tuned to Crewsgarden, and hopefully you'll share and like and subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you for the support. Bye everyone.